Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pattay'S Performance. Today in the driveway, we are emptying out the project pile and we are taking care of this Craftsman pressure washer. It is, yes, look at that. It's pump day. Okay, this is actually my own personal pressure washer that I got when I first got the house for $125 second hand. The pump was cracked on it, made a repair, and then it finally gave its way out. I transitioned to a Karacher pressure washer, and that gave out too, and now I end up with my electric one. So this has been sitting for about 2-3 years, still in great shape. I don't know why I held on to it. I'm glad I did. Engine runs. The last time I did use it, I don't remember if I drained the gas out, but there is no gas in there, thank God. So let's get this going. Pump is pretty simple and easy. It's only 4 bolts. It is not rocket scientist. It is a mindless task. I chose to replace the pump instead of getting a one. No. All right, so over here, let's talk about pressure wash pump. This little nipple on the black spot right here, that's your nipple for your soap in and out. Right next to it, that is where your gun screws in. And right next to that is where your garden hose screws in to feed the water. As you can see, when I got it, it was cracked. So I just made a repair using that sticky foam, and to kind of hold it all together, I put a clamp on there. It works, and that's all that matters. For resale value, really not the case. I would have to correct that. Okay, so it's 3 bolts to literally remove this thing. It's Allen keys with, it should be a 12mm, 10mm on top. As you guys can see, this is a pressure washer. It is stored outside. Unfortunately, you should not be storing yours outside at all. But it's been sitting for almost a year, 2 years. So I'm prepping the bolts with some WD-40, screw loose, any type of rust penetrant to make sure that this goes smoothly. The only thing I like about this setup is that it's a nut and bolt system where it actually passes through. It's not threaded into the block. It's because, you know, when there's 2 different types of metal, when there's a steel bolt and an aluminum base, like a sump cover or something, you know, there's rust that actually develops just because there's 2 different types of metal. And this video could possibly go differently. As you can see, flawless. Now, even if the nut and stud were to break, you just get another one. There is no way you could damage your motor or your pump if it's set up just like this. I honestly prefer this setup on everything compared to, you know, whether you have your lawnmower mower is always secured like this, and some snowblower engines are secured like this as well. So let's get you guys back a little bit of a distance, and we are going to work our way around. For some reason, I do not recall what size this pump was, but for some reason, 7/32 Allen key, you know, does ring a bell. I mean, take yourself to Harbor Freight, at least if you don't plan on using these tools often, and just get yourself a nice little hex set, and you will be on your merry way. If you're paranoid about the rust and stuff breaking, then, you know, if you know you're going to replace the pump 24 hours, 48 hours, just give it a couple squirts, you know, before you leave for work, when you get home from work, before you go to bed, and, you know, really give that rust penetration a really good, you know, opportunity to get in there. We are off camera, but please use mechanical instincts as we systematically take off this pump. It is that easy. There is no reason for you not to try and tackle this repair unless you physically just don't want to spend the money and get something else. And watch this. All the bolts are out. See how I'm spinning it to just confirm it's broken free? And technically it should just slide right out. Now what I'm also doing is I'm supporting the motor, because this also holds the motor in as well. And there we go. So this is also the short end of a shaft. If you are familiar with small lawnmower engines, the crank on these is significantly shorter. You can make it work, but it's going to need a little bit of work to get it going. Look at the pump. It's your keyway in there already. Just line it up one hand. Now if your base was rusty, crusty, this is a perfect opportunity to strip it and paint it. Just to keep things on budget, even though this thing's been sitting outside, it's in pretty good shape, in my opinion. So, treat it like any other crankshaft, lube it up, and slide that puppy in. You really never want to go bone dry. Plus, you see how easy that pump was for it to come off? You never know when you have to do the next one. I do not know the life expectancy of pumps on power washers. They vary from machine to machine. Obviously, user error. Some of these pumps are serviceable, and some of them are not. So just trying to get you a good money shot to get this in. And if you guys are taking a quick look at that unloader valve on the bottom right, that little brass stud sticking out, that's going to show you that this is the updated pump compared to the old one where it's actually threaded in. This one is the actual style I like. You can actually feel if it's stuck or not, and then you just take it out with a screwdriver and you put it back in with the screwdriver. It's that little clip that holds it in. So when you install this pump, make sure you line it up the way you had it. It's very important on certain machines. This one, really not. You could have the pump facing forward or backward because that's where the inlet and the outlet go. And you're just lining up the engine, like I said. But a beautiful thing, since these are pass-through bolts, you just slide it right in. Now, I did anti-seize as well, just because I'm a nut. I suggest everybody using it. It's a fantastic thing to do. If you ever have to do the job ever again, you never know. It'll go right through. So what I'm also doing is double checking to make sure that these studs were different lengths. And believe it or not, they actually were. The stud on the right was a different length. The one all the way hanging out to the right was a different length than the ones on the other side. So just take note of that. You'll figure out the hard way like I did when they just don't pass through all the way. So as you guys can see, that stud went from being black to silver shiny stuff. I coated that in anti-seize. Now take into account the pump base is aluminum. The sump cover is aluminum. You do not want to make those gorilla tight. You just need to make it nice and snug. Give it a quarter turn and let it go. You do not want to crack anything. Alright, so quick and dirty. I'm not going to pull a whole entire carb off. 13 millimeter. Let's see if I ran the gas out or drained the gas out, or I kept it in there. Now I'll be honest with you, you guys ask me all the time, do I run everything out of gas or do I drain it? When it comes to equipment, as far as long-term storage, I don't drain it. I just let the machine run. Gas is cheap. So I'm not going to try and siphon stuff and cause a mess. I'll just run that machine till the end and then service it in the meantime, you know, because you know you have to get the engine and the oil nice and hot. But it's 13 millimeter. It's a little tough to get out. You know, it's funny, we're going to have to pressure wash the pressure washer. It's a little nasty. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. But here's the crazy part. That jet is clean. Yeah, we're gonna send this. We're gonna send this as is. Hold on. All right, of course we're gonna throw some seafoam in there. But just for argument's sake. Come on. Come on. These are welding tip cleaners. Right down the keister. Oh. Come on, where's that hole? Oh, we're in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're good. Let me just get this powder stuff out. All right, we're gonna roll. Right now I'm draining out the water from my hose because I have it hooked up to my pressure washer. I'm gonna switch it to this one. I'm almost tempted to pull the plug too because it's been sitting for so long, but I honestly think we're gonna be just fine. What do you guys think? Throw some seafoam goodness in here. We'll call it a day. Seafoam. And some fresh gasolina. All right, we'll set that. We'll let it marinate for a few. I'll hook up everything and we'll see what we got. All right, so I just want to check the air filter before I turn the water on. Actually, you know, the bottom looked pretty scuzzy. Not too bad. We're gonna roll with this air filter. Now, of course, because I don't have a gun, I just have a hose from another pressure washer. This is going to be our test to see if this works. So let me like prop this here because no matter what, water's gonna come out of that hose. Because then maybe I could save myself a couple of bucks and I could just order a gun and a tip kit compared to gun hose, you know, and tips. We'll see how much we could, you know, save. That's, we got water coming through. That's a good thing. Now, because there's no gun here hooked up, there's no pressure to release. So stop, throttle. Let's give it a pull. I wonder if it's possible, because this thing has been moved around, the spark plug is gummed up, but we'll see. We are going to give this a huff of go-go juice and we'll see what happens. That'll determine if there's something else wrong with it, like you have to dig deeper into the carb, or it's a fuel issue. Here we go. I wonder if the carb is completely blocked off. You know, the inlet because of all that powder. But usually the bowl wouldn't look like that. So you might have to clean this carburetor. Or just put it in ultrasonic. We're done here. It was a good effort. We are going to put this in the cleaner. Ain't nothing easy. That's my fault. That's my fault. Just turn off the water so we're not wasting it. I don't want to piss off a few people. Here we go. Set of flat tips. This is overkill. That's good fuel flow. There is a fuel filter in here, which is very odd. Ew. Ah, it's one of those auto chokes. Never seen that before, no. Actually, I never really dove deep into a pressure washer. I've been pretty successful cleaning them out. All right, another tool. All right, so this is why it won't run. No fuel flow, completely clogged, and the needle and seat is frozen. So I got to get that in. All right, we got the out of the cleaner, ultrasonic cleaner. Mine's heated. This is very hot. You know, let me get a better shot. So it's out of the ultrasonic cleaner. The ultrasonic cleaner is heated, so this is very hot. Okay, let's see. Still a little rust, but it will be fine. A lot better than what it was. Can't get any cleaner. So let me assemble this, and we'll get it back on the machine and fire away. All right, take two. Choke. Not choke. Yeah, that's choke. Throttle. They have it. Water pressure on. And fire in the hole. I have a feeling this isn't going to work, but I'll explain to you why. I think something else is frozen. What else could be frozen that involves linkages? But let's see what we got. Got pressure. See if it'll free up on its own. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Alright guys, that's winner chicken dinner. I am going to order, actually I'm going to order a whole new hose kit for this, because I'm going to tell you why. This is a kink. Right here. Once these kink, this will produce a bubble later on. And I don't want that to happen. See that how it folds so easily? So I'll just keep this for testing purposes. I'm going to order a new hose kit, new gun kit. And this thing will be good to go. I'm going to call this video an absolute wraps. At the end of the video, I'll post a link to where I get my hose and gun kit. It's been absolutely fantastic. And another project out of the way. Alright guys, if you guys found this video helpful, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of PATTAY'S Performance. And don't forget the Mrs. and I, we go live every 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time. If this was you guys, what would you do? Would you spend the money on the pump and hose and get it out of the way and sell it for $250, right? Or you can try and do something else, like put it on a lawnmower and struggle for a little bit.